Hello gamers, this is Sai and welcome back to Which Way Games. Now where would you go if you needed to celebrate?
Excuse me.
I'm going to Disneyland!
And with that being said, let's get on with the video. Before I start, I just want to take the time to thank everyone that comes back each week to watch my videos. It means a lot to me, and to think that I'd reach 100 videos is simply mind-blowing.
What the fuck?
Of course, I've made some fantastic friends along the way, and I can only wonder where my journey on YouTube will take me. Perhaps I'll have my own TV show, or perhaps I'll still be making weekly videos in the games room I call home.
Pew, pew. Gotcha.
Either way, I have fun making videos for you guys at home. And once again, thank you so much for subscribing. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. When it comes to the fantastic world of gaming, gamers of all ages across the world have never forgotten that first game that set them onto the path of gaming greatness. This could either be their favourite platformer, a legendary RPG, or even a first-person shooter with demonic enemies. Out of all these, there is one significant and important game that ignited that passion for gaming. And from there, more and more games will enter the lives of gamers, creating memories which in itself are stories that will be shared years later. Stories of fighting back monsters, traversing the very fabric of space and time, achieving the impossible and becoming the hero of legend. Either way, video games allow for gamers to relive their childhoods, where gaming experiences shape them into the gamers they are today.
Yes! I am invincible!
For me, gaming's been a passion for well over 30 years, and to celebrate my 100th video, I think it's time to go back to the past to see where it all started. All the way back in the 80s, I was aware of the gaming world, due to one of my brothers having the original Nintendo Entertainment System. I would watch for hours as he played Super Mario Bros, Metroid and the legendary Zelda. However, I was never allowed to play. But all that changed when I snuck into his bedroom while he was at school. I turned the TV on, turned it to channel 8, pushed the power button on the Nintendo and then waited. I could only guess at what game would appear on the screen. Then the Zelda title appeared, accompanied by that haunting yet iconic Zelda theme, while explaining the events surrounding Princess Zelda and the Triforce of Wisdom. And from there, the epic adventure in Hyrule began, which brought with it a sense of wonder and magic for my younger self. For hours I explored the world of Hyrule before trying out different games such as Castlevania, Double Dragon and the fantastic Mega Man 2. I would become lost within this digital world of gaming, playing the hero and saving the world in the process. Luckily, my brother never caught me playing the Nintendo, but it did open my mind to the possibilities of what gaming could provide. For the weeks that followed, I continued my journey into the realm of video games, playing other classic games from Nintendo and always getting that bit further each time. With the evil forces of Ganon, Dracula and Dr. Wily being defeated by my younger self, this provided a sense of achievement, but also a desire of wanting more from the world of gaming. And as if by magic, my mum brought home the Sega Master System 2, which had Alex Kidd built inside. For hours I would play this adventure starring Alex Kidd, but luckily one of my brothers managed to rent 2 games from a local video game shop, and these just happened to be Mortal Kombat and Rampage. It's bizarre to think that this game has lasted all that time. Now, Rampage provided many hours of fun while smashing up cities and eating the inhabitants. And as for Mortal Kombat, who doesn't love a fighting game where over-the-top violence is encouraged? In fact, remembering now, there was a glitch that happened while playing. My character at the time was Sonya Blade, and for some reason, she appeared above the opponent, and of course allowing me to win by kicking them in the face. Following on from that point, there was an event in the early 90s that changed my life forever, but at the same time, it was also the introduction of the Sega Mega Drive. Sega! And this was also the time that famous blue blur known as Sonic the Hedgehog entered my life and fueled my passion for gaming even more. The games starring the fastest thing alive were fantastic, telling the story of how Sonic had to save Mobius from the evil Dr. Robotnik. And of course, I still love these games dearly. With their addictive gameplay, fantastic stages, as well as some amazing music, it was clear to me that the golden era of gaming had arrived. Some of the world's legendary games were being made, and my younger self was lapping up the digital wave of goodness. Now within this period I played other games such as Golden Axe, Altered Beast and Kid Chameleon, which had made that transition from the arcade. And luck would have it that some of my friends had the Super Nintendo with its huge catalogue of games, which gave me the chance to play such classics like Star Fox, Super Castlevania 4 and the fantastic Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. With The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, those memories of the original came flooding back, remembering the first time when I held the Master Sword and explored the world of Hyrule. In fact, my journey was so successful, I still have the Master Sword.
Shiny.
But of course, my passion for gaming wasn't just limited to consoles. When Doom came out, I was blown away by this legendary game, as well as some of the other fantastic games on the PC. Games such as Quake, Shadow Warrior and Half-Life, these particular games would be played constantly by my brothers and myself, which would immerse us into a virtual world. Being able to play as a hero from a first-person perspective was new to me, and even though PC gaming was years ahead of its console counterparts, I still loved the magic and charm that the 16-bit gaming systems provided. Eventually, when the PlayStation and the amazing Nintendo 64 came out, this new 3D world had me excited about the new games I would get to play. This new playground of wonder and fascination gave me an insight as to where the future of console gaming was going. With great games like 1080 Snowboarding, Tekken 3 and Rayman 2, I knew the future was looking bright, especially with both the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 having their own exclusive games. If I had to choose some memorable games from these two amazing systems, it would have to be Metal Gear Solid, as well as The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Eventually, as I grew older, more and more games would begin to appear, which only increased my passion for gaming even more. This fantasy land of make-believe had evolved alongside myself, with even more fantastic games such as Zone of the Enders, Sword of the Berserk, Eternal Darkness and A Shadow's Tale. Just a few titles that make up the games collection behind me, alongside some other fantastic games that have stood the test of time. The world of retro gaming is becoming more and more proficient nowadays, allowing for some conversations with other gamers like myself who can't get enough of the games from the past. There's nothing better than putting a game for an hour or so just to unwind. In fact, I still do this with the original Sonic games. And of course there are some that would say I'm a bit obsessed with the blue blur.
Obsessed much?
Of course, like most gamers, game collecting has become a bit of a passion, allowing us to relive our childhoods and rekindle those fond memories of gaming. Thinking back to those early gaming memories, when I was first introduced to some of the powerhouses of gaming, I could not fathom the impact it would have upon me. For hours I could talk about the complexities of the Zelda timeline, the origins of Sonic the Hedgehog, as well as the controversies surrounding some games that were banned in certain countries. Either way, I don't think I'll ever get bored of gaming and the fantastic games it's provided over the years, especially those from Sega and Nintendo. Hello! So there you have it, my history with the world of gaming and the fantastic games it's provided. Of course, I can only wonder what the future will bring. Maybe in time as technology advances, gamers will finally have the perfect gaming experience with total immersion within the game they play. For example, having the capabilities of the holodeck from Star Trek. Just imagine reaching the summit of Death Mountain, feeling the heat from the volcano, or living out the fantasy of flying a dragon high up in the sky, looking down on the world below. Anyway, come back next time where I take on the challenge of the Gamerholic and look at my top 10 Sega games that don't include Sonic. Thank you so much for watching and see you next game.